Hi, so today we're going to be talking about Robert Lee Frost. He was a poet and he was born um, March 26th, 1874, in San Francisco. Um, and so, while living in San Francisco, um, they were staying there for a little bit. He was going to school. And then, when his father died, William Prescott Frost, um, his mother, Isabel Moody, moved to New Hampshire, and then he got married um, to Eleanor Marion White, and they went and they tried to farm, and which they ended up failing at farming, which then Robert got the idea to go to England, and when he went to England, he ended up connecting with a couple of publishing companies, and he actually came up to create two of his poems by 1915 when he came back to the U.S. One of those was A Boy's Will, and then the other one was North Boston. And those were his really two big ones that he created when he was starting off. He had other ones, but those were kind of like the main ones that he did. And so just that's kind of a short summary of his life. He was before he went to farming, he was a teacher, and he was a cobbler actually. And he tried to get his education at Harvard, but that didn't work. He didn't feel the need, so then he went and did those jobs. And some of his poems that he created, like I said, was A Boy's Will and North Boston. But then he had another one kind of towards the end of his poetry, creations, was Hard Not to Be Kind. He made that actually in 1951. Those are really good books. I enjoy them. JFK actually, this is what he said about him. I thought it was a pretty interesting fact. He has bequeathed his nation a body of imperishable verse form, which Americans will forever gain joy in understanding. So, to that, JFK really understood the importance of poetry and, what all good it brings in people. And yeah, he really did create a lot of good work, and I enjoy reading them. I actually never read any of them until now, but I really enjoy reading them. So I'll just read one of them, and here we go. I believe this is North Boston. Woe roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as far, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for the passing there, had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And for these poetry assignments for the kids, I was thinking one would be really cool if we went into groups, and then within the groups they have several poems that are similar to each other, and have the kids work together as a group and figure out the similarities and the differences, and then kind of work together to connect and then summarize all of them, and then pick out their favorite and share with the class.